Hi everybody. Okay, so we're going to go through trimming. So once you have your piece that you've thrown, it should be leather hard. So by touching your clay, you don't want to remove any of it with your fingertips. But if you did put your nail into it, you'd be able to make a mark. Okay, so these are the things that you need. You do not need a bat. You need a chunk of clay off the block, a rubber rib, and your 2 trimming tools. As you get more advanced, you may end up using this trimming tool, but I'm not going to use this one for today. First thing you want to do, you don't want your wheel head to be wet because it'll ruin the lip. Okay, and our goal is to keep it nice and round. So I'm going to flip my piece upside down on the wheel head, and I'm going to use the circles that are on the wheel head to line things up. Once it's as lined up as I think it could be, then what I'm going to do is use my needle tool to draw a circle. And I know a lot of you are getting confused on this part. This is purely to help you with your centering. So I'm going to show you 2 different ways that you can try this. So you want to hold this in your right hand. Lefties, you want to turn your wheel to go the other direction, and you can do this entire process left-handed. Okay, but the wheel has to spin the other direction to do that. So since I'm going to use my right hand, I'm going to keep my wheel going the correct direction, or the standard direction that we use. My left fingertips are going to hold the vessel. My left thumb is going to hold my right hand. My right hand is holding the needle tool like it's a pencil. I'm going to turn my wheel on slowly. My arms are resting right on my legs, and I'm going to draw a circle. I'm going to look at my circle and figure out which side is thicker. So I'm looking for the edge of the circle to the edge of the vessel. So this is the thickness we're talking about right here. And you're going to shift towards the section that's thin. And it's really small movements. I'm going to make that circle disappear, and I'm going to try it again. Okay. If this circle method does not work for you, the other thing that you can do, you can hold one index finger out further than the rest and gently touch your vessel. So just the front pad of your index finger is touching your vessel. Every time your finger does not touch, you would shut your wheel off and drag it towards you. Okay? Because the goal is to have it touch your finger evenly all the way around. If you look, my finger is just barely touching all the way around. If this was really off center, it would jump away from my finger. Okay? All right, so if you want more help with that method, I can help you in person. For right now, mine is centered, so I'm going to take this chunk of clay and I'm going to break it into 4. I am not going to make a volcano all the way around my vessel. I'm going to hold my piece in place and squeeze this out so it looks more like a hot dog, and I'm going to set it down, hold the wheel head, and gently press. I'm not trying to push in because that will make the lip oval. I'm pressing down because I want it to hold my piece in place. Notice I'm holding on to the top the whole time I do this. I'm going to turn my wheel the other direction, and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Holding on the entire time, because if I don't, I could shift it. Okay, and I'm going to take the other 2 pieces of clay and do the other 2 sides. Okay, I'm going to pause for a second. Feel free to pause your video so you can get to this point to catch up to me. If you're ready to move on, we're going to grab our large trimming tool. Our large trimming tool, I like to hold it like a teardrop, and I put my index finger on the base where the silver metal ring is, and I hold it on the inside of my hand. I am not holding it like a pencil. It's on the inside of my hand. Left fingertips holding my vessel, left thumb holding my right hand, and I'm going to use this front edge, and this is called a ribbon tool because it's going to remove a ribbon of clay. So I'm going to have a good amount of speed and a very little amount of pressure. And it's removing that clay. I can switch my hand direction. Again, I'm not doing this one-handed. I'm holding on the whole time, and my left thumb is holding my right hand. And I'm just going to remove this extra up top. It got rid of that circle I had drawn. Okay, so that's all I really need to do with the big tool. And now I'm going to move to my small trimming tool. It doesn't matter which end you use, it's personal preference. I'm going to use the round end because I don't have one on the other side. So I'm going to really lean down, same hand position, holding on the whole time, and I'm going to grab the clay. And this is when you become the artist. I can't tell you what you want your piece to look like. That's all up to you. Once you've got it cleaned up, that's what I'm concerned with. I'm going really slow and deliberate with my hand, but a good amount of speed with my wheel. Just make sure you're holding on. It happens every semester where someone is not holding on to their piece, it's not secured very well, they go to start trimming and their piece flies away. You don't want that to happen. So I'm just going to use this tool on the bottom edge just so I can make a little indent. You don't have to.